Hello everyone and fan wings alike, my name is Pask and this is my very first YouTube video. Some things I plan to spotlight on this channel include my dragon arcs and content involving the amazing book series Wings of Fire by T. Sutherland. In the bottom right hand corner you can see Pask, who is my Wings of Fire Sona. I plan to make many more drawings of him to express emotions in my speaking, but this is all I have for now. So, in this video, I will be talking over speed paint of a redesigned reference drawing I did for an old OC of mine. I will be talking about some of his lore and also some things about book 16. His story is a bit spooky, so it's just in time for Halloween. I hope you like what I have to say, and stick around to see the end of the video. Okay, here we go. First of all, his name is Agelaius. He is a Sky Knight hybrid who is around 9 years old and dragon's ears. I'm not sure when I want his story to take place, but he wouldn't be involved in much of the Wings of Fire politics anyways, so it doesn't quite matter for this story. Talking about my drawing though for a second, you can see I do the circles for the base shapes of the dragon body. I then start to build up around the body with more contour lines that will help me do the line art later. More about Agelaius though. He is a gifted writer and does research and historical work for the Skywing Royal Library. At this point in my drawing, as you can see from the upper left hand corner, I wasn't sure who I was drawing yet, but I decided it was going to be Agelaius in the end. So, Agelaius was born out of an upper class family. His father, who was a Skywing, had eggs with an unknown female Nightwing. I don't know who this Nightwing is yet, but I don't think she'll be too important. Agelaius' father was a noble, and therefore, even as an illegitimate child, Agelaius could get a nice, coveted position in the royal library. And Agelaius loves his job as a historian for the Skywing Royal Library. Even though he looks different than most Skywings by a long shot, he still seems to find a way to fit in with the books and historical objects around him. The wife of Agelaius' father, who was a noble female Skywing, doesn't really like Agelaius much, or at all for that matter, and once he turned from Dragonet into adulthood and landed his position in the Royal Library historical section, Agelaius became more or less estranged from the Skywing family with no knowledge of who his hatching mother was. Agelaius does have some issue with his family, which does create an emotional turmoil within him, as it does with a lot of people. I like to create realism within my dragon stories, so it's important to note that scavengers and dragons alike have issues with their family. The added angst helps with the character building as well, though, also. Talking about my drawing more. The proportions I start with in the beginning are usually not the ones I end up with. I change the tail curve, the neck thickness, and the head tilt. All these aspects are what make a drawing work for me. Now, as you can see on the screen, I'm doing the wings, which is super important for a dragon for obvious reasons. Without wings, the dragon doesn't get very far, does it? The sketch is now almost done. I added more and more details until they built it up to create this character, Agelaius. I'm now just doing some finishing touches, completing some details, and adding scales, design lines, all the things that make a dragon unique. With the colors I'm going to add later, these designs will really pop. At this point, I still wasn't quite sure what I was going to name this character since this is a redesign. And if you look at my notes where I have the name ? You can also see that it's been almost an hour of this drawing. And now I'm starting the line art, starting with the face as I usually do. By the way, there will be a lot of flickering on the screen from me turning on and off the sketch layer, so keep that in mind please. Okay, I want to get back to Agelaius and his story since he is the main focus of this video. So, as one day Agelaius is cleaning out some dusty cupboards full of old historical texts, he finds some strange historical record books hidden away in a dusty closet of the library, or somewhere else forgotten. Within these books, Agelaius discovers a Nightwing legend of a monstrous protector of an unknown treasure. Located where, I'm not quite sure yet. Anyways, working with the Nightwing representatives sent from the Nightwing Kingdom, Agelaius is recruited to find the lost treasure and return it to the Nightwings. Traveling trouble ensues, and the monstrous protector might just be more frightful and horrifying than ever imagined. The inspiration for this character and the storyline came to me a couple of years ago. I really wanted to write and draw something horrifying, some creature that came out of the depths of who knows where, and just completely terrorizes the travelers who are looking for this lost treasure. Of course, there will be many other travelers both from the Nightwing and Skywing kingdoms. I'm afraid to say many of them will die. That's about it for what I have for the story and the characters so far, but I'm almost done with the line art. My color inspiration for this dragon, Agelaius, was mostly sunsets. I knew I wanted his base color to be a dark muted purple, but I definitely wanted some fun pops of color in there as well. You can see that later with the tail, with the oranges and yellows and purples. Here I add the background color as well. I just keep adding colors and I adjust some of them. I'm doing the flats right now, but I'll add gradients later to add more depth. Details, details, details. I love adding detail in the line work and colors. Making a Wings of Fire OC unique is quite difficult with all those creative people out there in the fandom, though I do try my best to come up with my own ideas. The drawing is almost done, and I have to say I'm pretty proud of it. Please let me know what you think of it. I'm intrigued to see. Just doing some finishing details now, and it's done. Thank you so much for watching if you got to the end. I also want to say book 16 comes out March 3rd, 2026, and it will have 352 pages. I am so thrilled that Umber will be having a love interest in this book. And the plot seems super fascinating, and I'm so excited to read this. I just know I'm going to devour it in a day. As I end this video, I want to know your opinions on book 16 too. Thank you so much for watching.